Welcome back to another episode of Zergonzo. In today's episode, we'll be talking about classic consoles. Here are some of the questions I'll be addressing. Does nostalgia play in a lot of our decision to buy these classic consoles? Does having an HDMI port on each console make it worth it alone? Is there a need for these consoles? Here are my opinions and my thoughts right after this. So nostalgia is a very powerful feeling, and I know these companies know this. And in fact, I have purchased things in the past out of nostalgia. I mean, take a look at loot crates. A lot of that is nostalgia. A lot of it is. There's nothing wrong with nostalgia. I like nostalgia, and in fact, I mean, it's the reason why I have a hoverboard in my kitchen. Well, not exactly in my kitchen, but it's closer to my dining room. Anyways, I digress. And I'm pretty sure anyone that watches this video can point out at least 5 things that they have in their house, their room, and point out and say, hey, this is out of nostalgia. This is out of nostalgia. This is something that I grew up with. This is something that brings a good feeling to me because it's in my life. That is the feeling of nostalgia in the first place. It's like, well, for instance, I'm a huge fan of Back to the Future and love Back to the Future items, and you know, I don't need these items. I don't have no necessary need for these items, but I love to have them. I love to have them because they're in my living area. Nostalgia is that warm, fuzzy feeling when you get a new item that's related to something that you grew up with, or it could be a really cold, fuzzy feeling. But I don't know if that's really nostalgia though. I think that's something else. Yeah, pretty sure it's something else. That's more like sadness. I mean, go ahead and look around in your room, your house, and look for things that you bought out of nostalgia. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys have got at least one item that you bought that reminds you or gives you a good feeling of something that you grew up with. For instance, Star Wars, another thing. Star Wars is something that I was introduced as a kid by my dad. And yeah, nostalgia plays a huge factor in things that we buy. It's going to be really hard to argue that, you know, hey, I'm going to get this NES Classic or this PlayStation Classic or the N64 Classic because I just want it and want to play the games. No, I want to get these classic consoles because of nostalgia. There's a huge part of it is going to be nostalgia. Now, the other benefits I'm looking for, and I guess the added benefit for these consoles is that they come with HDMI ports. And that leads on to my next question. Is having an HDMI port worth it? Is it worth having your console being upscaled to a high definition signal? Honestly, there's been people that have said to me that, you know, I bought this nice 4K TV. I'm not going to go ahead and go out and buy a CRT to display my old PS1 or N64 in its original true form. No, I'd rather see my beautiful HD at work, or HD TV anyways. I don't know if these consoles actually do upscaling. I mean, I hope they do, because if they don't do upscaling, then the games are going to look pretty crappy, to be honest with you guys. But I'm pretty sure they do upscaling. But I doubt they do upscale into 4K. So at this point, I can't find a real need for these consoles. A need for me to actually purchase this console. And that actually goes into my next question. Is there a real need for these consoles? This is a little bit more complex. This question anyways is a little bit more complex. Is there a real need to have these consoles? No, you don't have to have these consoles, and in fact, you don't need to have any of these consoles or consoles you currently have. Things you currently have you don't need. The things that you do need are, you know, food, water, and sleep. And a place to live, of course, or, you know, some shelter or something. Anyways, but in a way, you can look at it as preserving the hardware in a way. Not the original hardware, preserving the emulation of the hardware. You're preserving the ROMs that come with these games. Yes, we have a bunch of ROM sites, we have a bunch of iOS sites. iOS is, by the way, are things that you use to play CD-based games. So CD-based consoles, like the PS1 or, you know, or Dreamcast for that matter. Is there a need for them? In a way, yes and no. That's my honest opinion. You don't need something. You want to have something. And I don't want to sound like a downer when I say this. It's just like, if you actually take a look at it, a lot of the stuff in my house I don't actually need, but I want it, and it's nice to have. And it's nice to have the ability to play these games on your TV without using a computer or emulator. You can definitely use a Raspberry Pi, and in fact, I bet you a lot of these consoles are using a modified version or customized version of the Raspberry Pi itself. But you know, this is a good way for younger gamers to play older games, so they get the same experience, almost the same experiences that we got as older gamers anyways. The only difference is that they actually have the ability to save on all the games. Now, we had the ability to save on certain games like Zelda and games like that, I guess, but now they have the ability with these consoles to save on all the games they want to have save states. So with Zelda though, I don't think there was a save state. It's like it's saved every so often, I think. I'm not sure how it worked exactly because I haven't played that game in a while. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Hope you guys enjoyed them. Go ahead and bring up some things I missed here and bring up your thoughts as well. And I want you guys to be able to shape the content that comes out of this channel. So ask a question and then I'll go ahead and make a video of it. Alright, you guys, I hope you guys have a good rest of the day, and thank you for watching another episode of Zergonzo. Bye bye.